What you doing, other nerds? I'm the AC, and I'm going to talk about The 100, Season 7, Episode 8, Anaconda. Realized I always want to say that word, Anaconda. Then I saw it spelled out with this episode. Enough of that random nonsense. And if you're wondering where the title comes from, like I usually say in any of these videos, Anaconda is a safe word. Not a safe word, a code word. Safe word probably also not that safe if it's an anaconda, you know what I'm saying. Anyways, getting off track again. This episode, I wasn't sure how to feel about it. It seemed a little messy to me. But overall, what it is Bill, the shepherd, gives some backstory of him and his daughter. And kind of clues you in a bit on why Clark is so important. It sounds like it should be interesting. It was more confusing and messy, to me at least, than it was, oh, this is really cool. So, let me just run through what happens. Episode opens with Bill finally meeting Clark and Clark realizing who he is. And then he makes some comments about the chip, the flame was supposed to have his daughter in it, I guess. And also, apparently, the language they've been speaking, the Grounders, was made by his daughter. That one threw me a bit. The whole time I was thinking, this language they were speaking was something that just evolved over time because that's how languages work. Then it is also confusing that they still spoke perfect English, even though neither the people on the ground nor on the ark should be speaking the same kind of English any of us speak today. It just doesn't make any sense, but that's a whole different rant. So, saying his daughter made this entire language, it doesn't make sense until you realize, okay, he said she was in the chip, and I'm just skipping right towards the end, but if his daughter became a commander, then that would mean she had the power to make people learn this language. So, wrapping my head around that, okay, I guess a lot of this episode is just me trying to justify how this can make sense than it just initially making sense. Maybe they wanted to have some kind of thought put into it. I normally like that, but this also feels like they're trying to fill or create new plot holes to fill, and I'm just not sure if this is what they had intended. And now they're just trying to do it anyways. I don't know, it's weird. But anyways, it starts off, his daughter's friend, blah blah, at home. Then they get a call from Bill, the dad, and the son. Eventually he says, Anaconda, and that's apparently a code for the missiles aren't there. So he knew the world was going to end. He had the bunker. They all go to that bunker, which is the bunker that one crew was in. Of course, it's pretty much the whole thing that happened with one crew, which is one thing I did like about this episode, is you can kind of see the parallels of how, it kind of just is the same. No matter how many years goes by, when the same thing happens, it's going to keep happening. Anyways, so people were trying to get in, some people were trying to let others in. It's that whole deal we saw whenever they first got in the bunker with one crew and all that. Then apparently Becca shows up. She's already has a night blood, of course. She has the flame, and for some reason it lets her hear the symbols on the spear, which I forgot to mention. They already have the spear. Bill apparently got it from somewhere. I think Tibet, he said. I don't remember. And yeah, she can hear the symbols, and that lets her figure out how to open up the anomaly. And then she can recognize there are symbols that she can't hear. Big flash of light. See something, and apparently it's going to be Judgment Day. Don't know what that means. But it also makes me realize these spears had to come from somewhere. Okay, they look like just giant spherical metal. Maybe there's some technology somewhere that I don't know. They seem like alien tech. Maybe there's aliens out there. Maybe that's who this war is going to be against. I don't know. But anyways, this keeps going on. You can see, I kept calling her a daughter because I didn't find out. Bill's daughter, named Callie. I'm just all over the place. Pretty much worships Becca. She sees that Becca knows how to get back on Earth because it's been years at this point. Just have to do the night blood, the black blood. What did she actually call it anything? Just do the injection and they'll be fine. And this causes some turmoil in the family. Bill wants to use the anomaly sphere to go to a different world, even though he has no idea what's beyond there. So it's not going. Doesn't know if it's going to be safe, anyways. Callie just wants to go back on Earth, even though it's pretty much ruined, and wants to use Becca to do this. Of course, Bill doesn't like this, ends up burning Becca, but Becca reveals all the little secrets to Callie first, of course, and conflict, stuff. Now, then there's this scene, which is another parallel. You see Callie finally leaving with her group, and they're camping out, and they're trying to figure out what they're going to do, and they're trying to draw the people out to them. That's kind of reminiscent of the very beginning of the series. So you have all these 100 delinquents sent down to Earth, and they're in this whole new world. Kind of the same with what Callie's doing. And then you see Bill go through an anomaly with his group to wherever they're going. Who knows? And it also made me think, okay, all these people got the black serum, the night blood, whatever, injected into them. It's kind of the same deal as what happened with Sanctum, Planet Alpha, when they all arrived. They all had it, they kept just breeding, and then apparently it just gets spread out of them. I assume that's what happened with the Grounders. They all had night blood. Eventually they all just spread it out of them for some reason. But then it makes me think, who after Callie, since I assume she's going to be the second commander after Becca, even though it didn't say in the episode, but I assume that's what's going to happen. How did they decide who was going to be the third? I don't know. It's a whole weird thing. I don't know. There's a lot of... It's like they're trying to fix plot holes, but also creating some at the same time. I don't know. It's weird. So that's all we get to see of that for now. And then they jump back to, I guess, present day. And Clark and the group are trying to get the friends back. And so they just send them in. They send in Echo, Octavia, and Dioza. They're in the suits. They're very stern looking. They almost seem like they're brainwashed. And it's very likely that they could be, especially when you saw they have this machine that can dig around in their memories. I'm sure they can also brainwash people also. So, a lot of drama's going to be happening. I assume there's going to be more backstory because we still didn't see what Bill first found. And yeah, this made me doubt if they're still on Earth or not, but it also makes me think they could have came back. They could have left, saw this stuff, and then came back. But you see there's time differences in all these worlds. So I still think Bardo was Earth. I still think they went and did all this stuff, came back to Earth to try to find whatever remained, to try to fix it. Because when they leave Earth, it's only a little bit of time into after the first end of the world. By the time they come back with all these time differences and all this weird stuff, it could easily be hundreds of years after Clark and them already left. And then with all this other time stuff happening, time is weird. It could easily be that 1,000 years that they were talking about before. But yeah, I still think they could be on Earth. Hoping it is, because that's my theory. I hope they're right. The other thing is they don't really say who the last war is against yet. The way they set this up, seems like it'll be a father against daughter kind of thing. And maybe Bill is wanting Clark so he can finally get rid of her to get his daughter completely out of the picture. I don't know exactly. It doesn't really make sense. I don't know if all the past commanders are still in Clark or not. I guess he thinks there is. Once the flame's in, it's always a little bit in. Who knows? But I don't know. It's a lot of weirdness. I wasn't sure what to think of it. I had to try to piece a lot of stuff together on my own. But let me know what you think. Did you like this episode? Are you kind of a little confused like I was? You can make sense out of it if you really try. But yeah, go ahead and let me know. If you like what I have to say about the video, though, go ahead and like it. If you want to see me talk more about the 100 all kinds of other stuff, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You can see where I do all that. But until next time, I'm DAC. Thank you for watching, and bye.